This is TVC News with your Emmy Award-winning host, only One Kenobi. if only One Kenobi. Hello there. So this is kind of late news in a way. I've got a bit of a combination of stuff I've heard over the last couple of days and stuff. So I've laid it out on the table or the ironing board. But the first thing is that it was these two that were announced. And I'm going to get hold of some of them, or at least one pair. IG-88 and Dengar have been announced for the retro collection, which is nifty because, you know, I mean, I don't open that stuff, but I do like it on the wall with my TVC. As you can see, I've got kind of like rows of variants, and I find that, where are they now? Oh yeah, there's another there. You see, I like them. They work well with my modern collection. And I think it's just good. You see, that brings me to my next point now. Apparently they've announced retros for Obi-Wan. No, Hasbro, I don't like that idea. I didn't like the retro stuff they did for this. Although again, I find I'm guilty for buying it because it fits in with, you know, as variants in a way. It's crazy, but you know, I overall as figures loose, I'd never want them loose because I want my figures loose to look realistic, which brings me to this fella here, Dengar. Look at that, man. That's brilliant, that. And that brings me to my next other item of news. There was this sort of like yak face, you know, whatever, rumor report, whatever. That guy is never wrong. So I was really excited and pleased to hear that they were going to be bringing out Dengar, 9-Num, Logray, and Princess Leia, because these are good repacks. These are figures that people need, both carded and loose. Exceptional. Let's go back on Dengar. Lovely figure. They've obviously subsequently, after 2010 when he came out, they've given you this guy in 6-inch scale, which was, you know, I've never got that one, but allegedly a very good figure. But this was a great figure, and the fact that giving it to him again is good because, you know, other than to get him on the TVC card, you know, you can't really get him. And it's expensive to open him up off a card like that. I actually managed to get a second one on card, so I actually opened him off a TVC card back, which is crazy now to think that, well, on the secondary market he goes up in value. But IG-88 is another good figure. Look at that one. I'm looking forward to the day when they say he is coming back, because look at the intricate detail of him. That goes back to 2006 or 7, I think, and then he's been released elsewhere as well, but they need to bring him back out. And dare I say, this is a better figure than the recent IG-11. I think the finish of him looks more metallic. That's just my opinions. I'm fitting into this as well. But that hasn't been announced. He has. But they are both coming out in retro collection. Other stuff to announce is they have said, I've forgotten about this. This is actually the second video I'm making today. I was just talking about those two and the yak face rumor. But apparently now Shea Vizsla has been, you know, announced officially, I think, or one way or another, via the Kylo Collector, I believe, has come out and said about the Shea Vizsla as the heavy duty Stormtrooper, is it? I don't know. Let me get this right. And then apparently, well, I've got these two together for a reason. This guy from Force Unleashed, sounded like I said the Force Unleashed. Yeah, he is coming out as well, which is brilliant. I think I even suggested not long ago that this mold that they've nailed for the Stormtrooper now, they could bring you infinite versions of the Stormtrooper, including this, I said, because I thought that, you know, I like the Force Unleashed and I would like to see more of him. But gone is this mold anyway. And it's a removable helmet, this one, as you know. This came from I think it was the 30th anniversary. I might have even got that wrong. It might be a legacy collection. I think he's come out in multiple places, but still, I think I got that one off a legacy card. But they're going to bring him out, and no doubt he will be like that, which is a great mold. Really good. I was overjoyed to hear about, I mean, I talked about Shea Vizsla in my last video, so go and check that out if you want to see it, but I was overjoyed in particular about 9-Num getting announced, because as you can see, I have put the figures that I have loose that match up with these card backs, and as you notice, I do not have 9-Num loose, and I'd love that figure loose, because he is now exceptionally expensive, very, very expensive. I have an unpunched one there, which I got around about 2016. Even back then, he was expensive, but not as much as he is now. But I just really want that figure badly. I do have the Force Awakens one, which just doesn't work because I know, you know, you could put him on your Return of the Jedi shelf, but he ain't right. He's deliberately older looking. He's 5 POA as well, which is a big issue for me. I know that's not an issue for some people, C molds, but the figure's not right really. He's got a podge and stuff. That's a younger 9 and that's the one I want loose, and I'm glad to hear they're bringing him out. And like there's Log Ray. For me, this figure was never really massively expensive in the past. He used to seem expensive, then I seemed to get a second one cheap. That's why I've got him loose here. And then he might, well, judging by the rest of the vintage collection, he's probably gone up in value, so he will be a welcome return for people who never got that carded or want another variant or want it loose, bloody blah. A bit like when I got Wicket really. I was always pleased that they brought him out again because I never had that loose, and that's a great figure loose. So, you know, these are welcome reissues. What I think the point I'm trying to make is some of these more expensive ones, they should put them in front of the top of the list. Like he came back. And, you know, Shea Vizsla, that's another one I would have suggested a long time ago because, you know, that's another one I'd love loose, as I discussed in my last video, so I won't digress too much, but look at that. I want to know what that figure's like in hand. And that brings me finally to Princess Leia, and she's coming back out. The figure I have loose is actually from Tungori. As you can see, it's got an error on it. It's got no pattern on it. See, that one has the pattern just like the vintage 80s. This one from Tungori does not. That's how I have her posed with Han, because to be honest with you, the figure, I'm not impressed with it at all, really. It's not very good. So I kind of have Han covering and sheltering her a little bit. You know, it kind of mocks up the scene from the movie, but look at the face of this. I hope they do something about that. That is not Carrie Fisher. They've never got a decent Leia going. Apart from, I think Leia Hoth's quite a good one, but anyway. So hopefully they'll sort that out. But just thought I'd give you a little bit of a roundup. I think I've told you everything that's happening. So that's the Yak Face rumour. That's Boom, 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 and Boom. They're coming back in the vintage collection. Boom, this was also rumoured by Yak Face, which seems to be probably official now. I saw it on Kylo Collector's thing. And that was obviously on Kylo Collector's in a wave with other stuff, which was the Stormtrooper Commander from the Force Unleashed, the heavy duty dude, Shea Vizsla, and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. Sorry about that. Slipped my mind. Oh yeah, Lando Calrissian. But young Lando, that really scratching my head about that one. I don't quite understand what they're doing with that one. Is it when he's on the tropical planet? I mean, what? What? I tell you what, that's got to be low down on everyone's list of what they want. But still, they're doing it. But you know, whatever. We'll wait and see what that is nearer the time. And that is it. And then, of course, the retro collection. Those two are coming out in the retro collection, which is nice because they are classics. Who the hell are we kidding? Awesome. Thank you very much for listening to that off-the-cuff ramble of the news that's been rounded up by myself here now in the carded room. This has been Only One Kenobi, Only One. If you're new around here, do subscribe. And the reason there is a gap on the wall there is because I have another variant coming. I recently got this foil Canadian Han. Well, I have now the standard one coming as well, which is quite nice. So that should make 5 in a row. So it's going to be basically like that one with the Canadian pill, but on a standard normal card like that one there. So that'll be quite nice. So that's coming all the way from Canada shortly. So I shall show you that when it arrives. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only One. Out.